With the road trip coming to an end, LeBron James seemingly on the horizon, there's something I need to go over before we go into the 5-game predictions. That being how this road trip honestly was really ugly to watch. I mean, you had the Atlanta Hawks game where we got completely exposed. We played to our competition and then we sunk even lower because, again, Trae Young-less Hawks. Like, why? Like, there's no reason we should have lost to that team. They just wanted it more, and, you know, we just lost steam. I don't know why. We just turned off the switch for trying to actually win basketball games. And then for the rest of the road trip, it was actually pretty rough starts. You had the Hornets game, you had the Pelicans game, and then you have OKC. OKC was the biggest loss, not only because we got blown out again in the same week, but because there's such a huge power level gap between OKC Thunder and the Lakers that it's blindingly obvious. And, you know, trades are going to help the Lakers in the long run, but we can't make a trade right now because, you know, it's too early in the season, and also the Lakers tax is too high because, again, they're going to be asking for our only 2 first-round picks. Now, the only good start that we had for this road trip was actually against the Bucks. Now, granted, the third quarter was not the best start to the second half, but again, we were up by like 30 to 20 points, so it really didn't matter in the end. But regardless, having LeBron James come back on Monday against the Utah Jazz is going to help this team a lot. You know, him giving us those 18 points per game. I am still curious to see how LeBron James will integrate himself into this team that has built this sort of chemistry. Granted, the chemistry was not there for most of the majority of the road trip games, but still, I would like to see how LeBron James will integrate himself into this starting 5. Now we got the recap out of the way. Let's dive into our 5-game predictions. First game of this 5-game trip is going to be against the Utah Jazz, who are 10th in the league with 4-8. They're shooting 33.2% from 3, so about the same as the Lakers. Assists, they're actually dishing out a lot more assists, so they actually move the ball more with 29.3. Offensive boards, they're picking up 14.6. That is a huge gap because, again, the Lakers are only picking up 9.6, so the Utah Jazz are getting boards on their own basket, and then they're also picking up a lot more defensive boards, which is 33.3. So the Lakers are going to have a little bit of a tough time when it comes to, you know, rebounding and stuff. And turnovers. Now, the turnovers, they have to capitalize on this because they are dishing out 17.7 turnovers per game, and they actually pick up 1.9 more personal fouls, which would be 22. Now, offensively, they're a bottom team. They're 21st when it comes to offensive rating. They have 114.3. With a defensive rating, again, bottom team is 19.6. So this is the 25th ranked defense in the league. And then they're also one of the fastest teams in the league when it comes to pace, with a pace of 100.9, making it 12th in the league. So they're going to be running and gunning. And the Lakers, again, that's one of their weaknesses. Once a team starts to go in transition, there's nobody who can stop them. So the Lakers need to capitalize on them being a poor offensive team and a really bad defensive team. So they have to capitalize on this. Now, would I say the Lakers will have to win this game? Well, not would, but would the Lakers win this game? Yes, I would say that. They're still inexperienced. They're still a bottom-feeding team. The Lakers should have no problems of beating them. But still, I've seen, you know, the Lakers lose against the Hawks without Trae Young. So anything can happen in the league, but regardless, I think the Lakers are going to beat the Utah Jazz regardless. Also, I forgot to mention the injury report. So the Utah Jazz have Kyle Anderson. He's going to be day-to-day, might play against the Lakers. Tyler Higgins is the same thing, might play against the Lakers as well. Walker Kessler, unfortunately, is going to be out for the season. You hate to see a young man like that be out this early in his career, but still, I hope he gets better. Also, George Niang is going to be out, but will be reevaluated in a week. So he might play against the Lakers as well, but I'm not 1,000% sure because we do play against the Utah Jazz twice in the span of 2 weeks. So he might play one of them at the very least. But going over to the Clippers have picked up a record of 4-8, making them the 11th team in the West, which is crazy to me. and their 3-point percentage is 36%, a lot better than the Lakers. Their assists, they're giving out 24.5, so less than the Lakers. Offensive boards, they're picking up 10.1, and defensive rebounding, they get a 30.8. So again, they're picking up more offensive boards than the Lakers, but they're not picking up defensive boards as the Lakers. So the Lakers need to capitalize on one of those aspects. Now, the assists, they're about the same. Again, 16.8 to the Lakers 16.9. That's going to be very interesting to see because, again, they're basically the same. Also with the personal fouls, giving out 20.4. But this is the part where I really want to see the Lakers capitalize on. Both offensive rating and defensive rating, the Clippers are 23rd in the league. Offensively, 113.7, and defensively is 118.7. So the Lakers need to capitalize on, because again, we're middle of the pack when it comes to both offense and defense. So Lakers need to capitalize on that because they're not defending, they're not putting the ball in the basket. So the Lakers need to capitalize on that. But here's the thing. The Clippers are also the second slowest team in the league, making their pace 96.4. So they're slowing it down. Again, the Lakers, regardless of the pace or anything, the Lakers need to capitalize on this because also their injury list. Bradley Beal is out for the season. Now, granted, Bradley Beal has not been a player that he once was. I will say that he has not lived up to the expectations that a lot of people have expected him to have ever since he left the Wizards. He's been, pretty bad. And, we also have to deal with Kawhi Leonard, who might play against the Lakers. He still has been day-to-day. And also, as the time of this recording, Derrick Jones has walked off the court. He also has a knee injury, so I don't know if he's gonna play. We haven't got any official updates as I'm recording this, but still, the Lakers need to capitalize on them being a really bad offense and defensive team. So I really think the Lakers are gonna win, regardless if LeBron James is on the team or not. The Lakers should beat the Clippers. Next up is a matchup that a lot of people are expecting to see Luka just turn up, including myself, is against the Mavericks. Now, the Mavericks have been one of the worst teams in the league thus far, being 14th in the West, picking up a record of 3-10. Their 3-point percentage is 30.1. Their assists is 20.1. Offensively, they are picking up 9.9 rebounds. Defensively, 35.2. So they're picking up more defensive rebounding than the Lakers, but still their offensive rebounding is the same as the Lakers. So still, the Lakers are going to need to do a lot better job protecting the boards. But they're also turning the ball about 0.2 worse than the Lakers, making 17.1, with a personal fouls giving out 21.4. And yes, this is the part where everybody wants to see. The offensive rating is literally the worst in the league, 104.6. 30th in the league in offensive rating. Yeah, the Lakers need to capitalize on that. Seriously, we cannot not beat the Mavs, right? Like, we have to win. There's no this is a team that is so bad, and we need to capitalize on that. But I will give them credit. They have the third best defense in the league, giving out having a defensive record of 110.8. So on defensive end, they're one of the best teams in the league. Offensively, I could score on them. You know what I mean? Like, they're that bad that I could literally get at least a bucket on someone. They're also one of the fastest teams in the league, having a pace of 102.8. So once the ball hits the floor, they're gonna be running, but they ain't gonna be gunning because they're not gonna be, putting the ball in the basket. But still, defensively, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for the Lakers. But I'm not going to lie to you. Luka's probably going to drop 40 on their heads. Because, again, they did fire Nico Harris, but Nico Harris wasn't the only, person in the organization that signed off on the trade, Mavs fans. You also have the owner and stuff like that. But regardless, the Lakers should win. But let's take a look at the injury report. Anthony Davis is day-to-day. Shocking. And we also just got some updates on Anthony Davis. Looks like he's going to be out 7 to 10 days rehabbing his left calf strain. Dante Exum might play against the Lakers. Also, Kyrie Irving is going to be out without a timeline, so we don't know when he's going to return. Some are saying that he's going to come around the playoffs. I don't know. Ryan Nembhard might actually play against the Lakers as well, coming up on that home game for the Lakers. And then the PJ Washington is also day-to-day as well. So, again, Lakers need to win this. I have the Lakers winning this. Okay, there's no way we don't beat the Mavs, who have been this terrible thus far this season. But speaking of terrible, let's talk about the Pelicans. That's right, the Lakers will take on the Pelicans once again, having a record of 15th in the West, and also that record being 2-10. They have a better three-point percentage than the Lakers, 35.2, assists 22.8, so they're not moving the ball as much as the Lakers. Offensive boards, my God, they're picking up 30. Imagine. No, but they're picking up a 13.4, way more than the Lakers. But they're picking up less defensive boards than the Lakers, 27.9, so the Lakers need to capitalize on that. Turnovers, they take care of the ball a lot more than the Lakers, 15.1. Personal fouls, 20.7, so about the same as the Lakers. But again, offense, terrible. Top 4 worst offense in the league, 110.1. And also defense, one of the worst defensive teams in the league, with that being 123.2. With the pace, again, one of the slowest teams in the league with 97.6. So the Lakers need to capitalize on it. But let's take a look at the injury report. Now, Zion Williamson now being upgraded to day-to-day, so he might play against the Lakers. Jordan Poole is going to be really evaluated around this time, so I don't know if he's going to play, but he might not play. That's if I had to put money on it, I have him not playing the Lakers. And then we have DeJounte Murray again. He won't return until after the New Year's, so around January, February, around that time frame, he might come back. But still, I see the Lakers winning again, like how we beat them in the NBA Cup thus far. Still, that is crazy to me how they pick up significantly much offensive boards. But still, regardless, I have the Lakers beating the Pelicans. And finally, we're up against the Phoenix Suns. Now, the Phoenix Suns have a record of 8-5, making them 6th in the West. They have a three-point percentage of 38.5. You can thank that to Grayson Allen, who leads the league in three-pointers made. Now he's also going to be day-to-day, so I expect him to play against the Lakers. Also, Jalen Green is going to be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks, so I would bet my house that he's not going to be playing against the Lakers. But continuing with the stats, 27.5, way more than the Lakers. Offensive boards are picking up 12.4. That's going to be annoying to see. Defensively, 30.8. Turnovers, 16.1, so about the same as the Lakers. Personal fouls, 33.1. So this is actually the team that's going to give out more fouls out of any team that we're going to see in this 5-game stretch. Offensive rating is 6th in the league, having a 19.6, so this is a top 10 offense. Defensively, way better than the Lakers, 114.1. They're 13th in the league, with, again, one of the slowest teams in the league, 25th in the league, with a pacing record of 38.8. So this one's gonna be a lot tougher. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I'm not gonna lie, because like, bro, we're playing against 1, 2, 3, 4 teams who honestly you should beat. But when it comes to the Phoenix Suns, because again, the Lakers got exposed when it comes to gaps and stuff, like despite us having a better record, the Lakers are going to have to play, competitive basketball against this team, because again, they get pick up a lot more offensive boards, and they are a much better offensive team, a much better defensive team, and they're one of the slowest teams in the league. So again, I really want the Lakers to beat the Suns, but yeah, no, Grayson Allen being day-to-day might play against the Lakers, might hinder the Lakers a lot more in a less favorable matchup. But yeah, you know how we all know how the Lakers are. We all know how the Phoenix Suns are, especially when it comes to double teaming. Devin Booker, I'm sorry, bro. Ever since that came out, he's never been getting flack for that double team stuff. But regardless, I would say the Lakers with LeBron. And then again, this is with LeBron James coming back against the Utah Jazz, so we're gonna have LeBron for the majority of this team. I would say the Lakers beat the Phoenix Suns and go on to have a 5-game winning streak. I don't see the Lakers losing at all against these teams, except for the Phoenix Suns. You can argue that the Lakers are probably going to lose to the Phoenix Suns, but in my most humble opinion, in my most honest opinion, regardless of how, you know, middle of the pack they are in offense and defense, I think the Lakers are going to have a good chance of winning because, again, LeBron James is going to come back and give us that 18.8 average that he has been giving out thus far. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. How many games do you think the Lakers are going to win? I'd love to hear what you guys think. And until next time, everybody, see ya and stay safe.